Good morning guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our Bitcoin morning brief. So let's go over to those charts. I don't know about you guys, but I'm in a good mood today. Like the sun's shining. It's the start of the new trading week. I know that obviously it's a Tuesday, but it was a bank holiday here in the UK and Memorial Day in the US. So today's like the first real day back. So yeah, so let's look at the 4-hour chart. So yeah, again, we're still making some nice progress up here. Obviously, you could draw this as a sort of bear flag, an ascending channel. So if we do break below obviously this short-term trend line, maybe expect a retest down to basically around the 8,600s. But until that happens, I mean, we just keep going up. We can consolidate around this area. And try and get basically back over that 9,200 level. So yeah, so sort of we can actually draw like we won't draw it on, but there's sort of like a temporary line here, more of a shorter time frame sort of resistance support line we've got going on in the middle of here. So if we do like, basically if we get above that, which is basically, we'll call it for the sake of ease, we'll just call it 9,000, nice round number. So if you get back over 9,000, sort of this level here, I think we'll basically get up to the 9,200, maybe come back and test 9,000 and then push our way through. So yeah, 4-hour Stokes looking okay, looking like they may cross back, but not confirmed yet. See, the 12-hour Stokes are starting to go up yet. So this is it. This is the one that we wanted. 12-hour Stokes is a pretty good indicator of Bitcoin price action. So they've sort of crossed over. So we need to get these curled up and get these moving, and then I think we'll start to have a chance to get back up again. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. It's difficult to see what sort of formation we're forming here, whether it's sort of a descending triangle, whether it's a symmetrical triangle, whether it's even a sort of, it will form into a sort of ascending triangle. I mean, we just need more. We need more data basically before we can basically make any assumptions on the formation that we're forming here. But yeah, so yeah, 12-hour not looking too bad again. We just need to regain this 21 on the 12-hour, start to curl that back up again, get some support on it, get over 9,200, and that's what we need to see. Obviously, the opposite of this is if we don't regain this this upper half of this range, then I guess we're going to come back down, and then I mean we could quite easily break this 8,600 level if we do so, which will then probably take us down at least to this level at first. And what I've also done, in case you guys have noticed, is that I've sort of drawn the fibs on now, because I believe with the amount we've moved down here, you can see the points I've drawn them from. The amount we've moved down now from here to here, I do believe we can kind of call this high a local high. I mean, we're quite a decent amount below it now, and the trend has been a trend of basically lower highs. So yeah, so we're going to draw this fib on. So I mean, they do line up quite nicely with some of our levels. Well, to a certain extent. You can see we've got this. We've got the 236, which coincides with this level here. So that's obviously the first line, the first fib line of defense for us to get held up by the 236. And then yeah, I mean the 382 comes in around here. So I mean we sort of then potentially got a range of support. 0.5 fib lines pretty much closely to this, and then the 618. This is the one though. This is the one that people target the most. So if we do confirm a downtrend, this would probably be the level I'll be looking at for some sort of reversal if we do start to look pretty bearish. And that comes in around 6,000. So yeah, 6,000. It's a pretty historically important number for Bitcoin. We spent all that time basing at the 6,000 in 2018, didn't we? Before we finally broke that level. So yeah, 6,000 is roughly the 618. But I mean, hopefully we can reverse all this, get up, invalidate this sort of fib retracement count, just on the basis that this will no longer be the high. But yeah, so Bitcoin just has to prove itself now. I mean, it's basically being tested. I mean, you can see the trend line. Yeah, trend line looks okay here. I know that on some certain ways of drawing it, it looks like we've broken through. But I mean, that's the thing about these lines, that it's hard to know where to exactly draw them. And yeah, you just, when you get new information, you put it in. So yeah, that's what we're looking at here. So let's have a look at the range and stop. I mean, you can see a pretty nice rejection here at the top of the box. So I mean, this is just textbook. This is textbook range and stop. This is how it works. I mean, it just kind of encapsulates the price action, the volatility, what's going on. And yeah, so look, you can see how perfect that rejection is at the top. We see this all the time anyway with this indicator, guys. Look, perfect rejection at the bottom there. I mean, we sort of get rejection, but then we break through. So if we break through, then we form a new level. Like if we break down here, we form a new level. It's just how it works. You can see we get rejected perfectly from the top. Rejected perfectly from the top. No bottoms, rejected perfectly from the bottom there, and again from the top before we break through. I mean, this indicator is great. This is really good for basically your day trading. So you, even if you're bullish, you're bearish, whatever you do, if you're bearish, you can kind of sell at the top. If you're bullish, you can take your profits, take some profits, or take your profits at the top. I mean, you never know, we may break through on any given occasion. But yeah, so also if we want to have a look what we've got going on here, we're obviously bullish, so looking for buys. So the first buy actually would have been triggered here, so if you had the bots on, so we haven't really moved down. You would have maybe got some backfills, maybe taken some of the first take profit levels that we have, and then yeah, you probably just basically waiting to see if we move up, whether this goes to a sell. You may then want to take some of the trade off. If we come down to the bottom of the range and stop line, well, we may probably be stopped out by then. I mean, it's a 1.6% stop that I use. So say we got in on this candle here. Oh, it's close. Yeah, so it's basically 1.6, so it's around about the range and stop line. But yeah, we did go a good 1% up, so we have take profits at 0.4 and 1% partial take profits, so we would have taken take profits, and then we also would have got some backfills as well on this. So yeah, overall it's a good trade. The most bullish thing I want to show you, that I have my eye on basically, is this here. This is the stock market. I mean, just look at how strong this is. Bitcoin is very strongly correlated to the stock market. So I mean, just this strength in the stock market, looking like we're going to break over the 200. If we break and hold over this 200, I mean, we got 2 more days until a daily 9. But I would expect an acceleration through here now into this 9, and potentially taking us up to the 786. That's what I would assume, kind of around this top here. It has got historical horizontal confluence, so I just can't see that not dragging Bitcoin up. That's what I just can't see. I cannot see the stock market strength not pulling Bitcoin up with it, because we are so closely correlated to it. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at stock market wise. So yeah, I mean, that is obvious, that is bullish by virtue of the strong correlation for Bitcoin. So obviously Bitcoin has been a bit weak recently. Stock markets have still been strong, so maybe that divergence will start to converge again, and then we will start to see the strength back again in Bitcoin. This is basically what I see the most. Well, I can't get my words out properly here. This is sort of the indicator external to the technicals that I see as most bullish for Bitcoin at the moment. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, right, that's the end of the video, guys. Remember, not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please hit the likes. Please hit the likes. I know that a lot more of you guys have been doing it now that I've been asking. So if you listen to this whole video, you're at the end. Yeah, please just do me a massive favor and smash the likes, and that would be amazing. So thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and I will speak to you guys soon.